Good morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I saw this motorhome that was used in the movie RV with Robin Williams. Today's verse is 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. I got to make sure we put this out first and foremost. This is not the Pharisaical understanding that we keep his commandments out of our own human efforts and, okay, God, now I've earned my salvation. No, that's not the understanding. Keeping the commandments should flow from the love that we have with God. And that's why it should be not burdensome. Even the controversial stuff shouldn't be burdensome. It should be easy when the Spirit's in control and we are guided to obey his commandments through love. Now, in last week's verse, and I had the link up here, I said that once we fall in love with God and he can have everything, then certain evidences will come out. We're going to love God, including praying and fellowshipping and enjoying his word. We're going to love others, including even our enemies. We're going to show the fruits of the Spirit with love being on top, but everything else there. And we're going to start obeying his commandments. It's all going to flow and it's all going to be part of the process there. So this shows that, but it also shows that these commandments are not burdensome. Again, why wouldn't they be burdensome? They're commandments, aren't they? Well, let's look at this. There's a couple of great cross references. Let's check out this one. John 14:15 says, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. You will keep them. If you love me, it's going to happen naturally. In fact, I love that it says it in the future tense. You will keep my commandments. You know what? Even all of the commandments that are written all throughout the Bible, let's take, for example, the 10 Commandments, we're used to the phrase, thou shalt, or thou shalt not, as if I command you and you better obey. It's actually could be understood with that same future tense. You will. For example, if you love me, if you're my child, you will honor your father and mother. You will not murder. You will not commit adultery. You will not covet, and everything else. It's just the natural result of loving me. That's a great way to look at it. Then, further in John 14, Jesus says how that's going to happen. In verse 16, he says, I'll ask the Father, he'll give you another helper. And it goes on to this lengthy part about how the Holy Spirit is going to take control, come in us, and be our teacher, be our guide, be everything. Remember my metaphor of the car. The car is my life, and the Holy Spirit wants me to scooch over and let him drive. I should keep my hands off the wheel. That makes Christianity easy. My only real job is to love him enough to surrender control. That's it. He'll do all the real work if I allow it, if I don't interfere. That's really it. But let's look at one other real jewel in the Old Testament. This verse really should be a little bit more prominent because it's a gorgeous verse. It's Ezekiel 36:26 and 27. He says, moreover, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you. I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. Now, verse 27 really seals the deal. I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes. And you will be careful to observe my ordinances. Did you catch that? I will cause you to walk in my statutes. I'll make it happen. And if we have no power to do it out of our own human efforts, that's perfect because he's got the power. He will make it happen. And really understanding the idea of command is really his power. So it all starts and ends with love, and then that's why it's not a burden. Because if we love every moment, we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.